One of the largest volcanoes in the world is currently preparing to erupt in the United States, and it's called the Yellowstone volcano. And it is not your typical volcano, because it is a supervolcano. Deep within the heart of the western United States lies a slumbering giant, a dormant beast of unimaginable power. For centuries, it has remained in a state of tranquility, its mighty presence hidden beneath the Earth's surface. But here's the bone-chilling question that sends shivers down yours, mine, everyone else's spine. What if this creature awakens from its long, restless slumber? Imagine a massive block of magma that is pulsing with unsettling energy beneath the surface of the Earth, like a ticking time bomb. It sends shivers of fear through the hearts of those who dare to examine it, like a heartbeat in the depths of the Earth. Questions flood the minds of experts and nature enthusiasts alike worldwide. Could this dormant giant erupt within our lifetimes? And if so, what would happen? As we set out on this thrilling expedition, let's explore the secrets of Yellowstone National Park's hidden past, unraveling the mysteries that lie beneath the surface. We unveil the epic tale of a supervolcanic eruption that shook the world 640,000 years ago. Imagine a titanic force unleashing 1,000 cubic kilometers of ash and lava, 8,000 times more than the iconic Mount St. Helens eruption of 1980, reshaping the very landscape that we admire today. But what caused this beast to stir once more? What ominous signs have caught the attention of those who protect this land of natural wonders? Together, we're going to uncover the truth behind the pulsating magma, exploring the reasons behind its restless state and the potential consequences that loom over the park's vast expanse. The countdown has begun, and the stakes have never been higher. Will the sleeping giant rise from its dormant state? Will the flaming storm that it produced burn Yellowstone National Park to cinder? The answers lie within the vast reaches of this unique corner of the world. So, strap on your hiking boots, prepare for a thrilling quest, and join us on an expedition that will leave you breathless. In the heart of the wild western region lies a hidden wonder known as the Yellowstone caldera. Nestled within the expansive Yellowstone National Park, this geological marvel boasts an intriguing history and breathtaking features. Picture a gigantic volcanic crater stretching approximately 30 miles wide and 45 miles long, formed by titanic eruptions that occurred thousands of years ago. Located in northwestern Wyoming, the Yellowstone caldera extends its reach into parts of Idaho and Montana, commanding a powerful presence within the park. Its size and explosive potential have earned it the moniker of a supervolcano, captivating the imagination of explorers and scientists alike. The formation of the Yellowstone caldera can be traced back to a series of destructive eruptions. The most recent major eruption took place around 640,000 years ago, leaving behind the impressive caldera that we witness today. But even before that, the Earth had witnessed two other significant eruptions, one approximately 1.3 million years ago and another around 2.1 million years ago. Unsettlingly, the ground within the Yellowstone caldera has shown signs of movement over time, rising and falling like the breath of a slumbering giant. This deformation is attributed to the restless dance of magma and hydrothermal fluids beneath the Earth's surface. Because of the fluctuating motion of these strong forces, the caldera floor and surrounding areas may experience uplift or collapse. Yet it is not just the enormous caldera that draws attention to Yellowstone. The park is also renowned for its vast array of hydrothermal features, like geysers, hot spring, and mud pots that bubble and steam, captivating visitors and enthralling them with their otherworldly beauty. These remarkable phenomena are sustained by the presence of magma and scorching fluids beneath the Earth's surface. One such wonder is the Norris Geyser Basin, a hotbed of hydrothermal activity located northwest of the caldera. Dubbed the Yellowstone supervolcano, this geological giant has been the subject of speculation and concern. While there is no immediate threat of eruption according to current research, the scale of its past supereruption warrants our attention. The last major eruption occurred 640,000 years ago, reshaping the landscape and leaving a lasting mark on the environment. Now its claim to supervolcano status stems from several key factors. Firstly, its caldera size is immense, spanning approximately 30 by 45 miles. That's an area of about 3,472 square miles. This makes it one of the largest calderas on the planet, and an imposing testament to the power of nature. Furthermore, the magnitude of past eruptions is shocking. Yellowstone has witnessed 3 super eruptions throughout its history, as I've said. Massive amounts of ash and pyroclastic flows were released by these volcanic eruptions, overpowering by thousands of times the destructive power of the infamous Mount St. Helens eruption in 1980. The volcanic hazard potential associated with the Yellowstone cannot be overlooked. A future eruption might release enormous quantities of volcanic ash, gas, and pyroclastic flows, causing global destruction. The severe environmental and climatic effects emphasize the importance of complete understanding and complete preparedness, or at least as good as we can do. Central to Yellowstone supervolcano classification is its enormous magma chamber, a subterranean reservoir of molten rock lying beneath the caldera. A remarkable 36,000 cubic kilometers of molten power are thought to be contained within this magma chamber, further highlighting the size of its volcanic system. But what makes this volcanic wonder stand out from the rest is its unique pattern of slumber. Unlike regular volcanoes that may erupt more frequently, Yellowstone chooses a different path, a path of prolonged rest. Imagine the power contained within a super eruption, an event so rare that it only occurs once every 600 to 800,000 years. It's as if Yellowstone itself has a mind of its own, keeping the world on its toes, never revealing when it will unleash its devastating might. This extraordinary phenomenon sets Yellowstone apart. It earns it both wonder and scientific fascination. The quietness of Yellowstone's long slumber phase hides a terrifying truth. It's like a ticking time bomb, ticking ever so slowly, luring us into a false sense of security. With each passing year, the tension grows, the anticipation builds. The landscape itself holds its breath, waiting for the next act in this ancient drama. So, let us journey back in time and explore the tales of its 3 historical eruptions. First is the Huckleberry Ridge eruption. The Huckleberry Ridge eruption was a large volcanic eruption that occurred in Yellowstone approximately 2.1 million years ago. This eruption was one of the largest volcanic eruptions in Earth's history, and it had a devastating impact on the region. The eruption released more than an estimated 1,000 cubic kilometers of ash and lava into the atmosphere. The ash cloud traveled as far as 10,000 kilometers, and it blocked out the sun for several days, which caused widespread crop failures and famine. The lava flows covered an area of about 5,700 square kilometers, and they destroyed forests and other vegetation. The eruption also caused a large caldera to form in the Yellowstone region. And what a caldera is basically a depression that forms when a volcano collapses after an eruption. The Huckleberry Ridge caldera is about 50 kilometers wide and about 45 kilometers long. The Huckleberry Ridge eruption was a major disaster that had a profound impact on the Yellowstone region. The eruption caused widespread death and widespread destruction, and it changed the landscape of the region forever. In addition to the immediate effects of the eruption, there were also long-term consequences. The ash cloud from the eruption caused global cooling, which may have contributed to the extinction of many species of plants and many species of animals. The lava flows also blocked rivers and streams, which changed the water flow patterns in the region. The Huckleberry Ridge eruption is a reminder of the sheer power of volcanoes. It's a sobering reminder that even though volcanoes may seem dormant, they could erupt realistically at any time. But the Yellowstone supervolcano wasn't done yet. Approximately 1.3 million years ago, the Mesa Falls eruption took center stage. The Mesa Falls eruption was a caldera-forming eruption that occurred 1.3 million years ago in the Yellowstone National Park area. It's the second most recent caldera-forming eruption from the Yellowstone hotspot, and it ejected 280 cubic kilometers of material. The eruption was preceded by the Huckleberry Ridge Tuff eruption and succeeded by the Lava Creek Tuff eruption. The Mesa Falls eruption was a Planian eruption, which means that it was a very explosive eruption that produced a tall eruption column. The eruption column reached heights of up to 50 kilometers and deposited ash over an area of 2,700 square kilometers. And the ash from the eruption fell as far away as the Great Plains and the Midwest. The eruption also caused the ground to subside, forming the Henry's Fork caldera. This caldera is 16 kilometers, or 10 miles in diameter, and it is filled with lava flows and sediments. The Mesa Falls eruption also had a significant impact on the environment. The ash from the eruption blocked out the sun, causing temperatures to drop and plant life to die. The eruption also caused acid rain, which further damaged the environment. Fast forward to a mere 640,000 years ago, and we witness the grand finale of super eruptions in Yellowstone. the Lava Creek eruption. It was a pretty big eruption, ejecting about 1,000 cubic meters of ash and pumice. The eruption was so large that it created the Yellowstone caldera, a large depression that's about 31 miles wide and 3,330 feet deep. The Lava Creek eruption was also a Plinian eruption. The eruptive column reached heights of up to 50 kilometers, and it deposited ash over an area of 2,700 kilometers, or square kilometers again. And the ash from the eruption fell as far away as the Great Plains in the Midwest. The eruption also caused the ground to subside, forming the Yellowstone caldera. And this caldera is about 50 kilometers wide, 1,000 meters deep, or 31 miles and 3,300 feet deep again. As a result of the eruption's ash cloud blocking the sun, temperatures dropped and plant life died. In addition to the eruption, acid rain was also produced, further harming the ecology. But the impact doesn't end there. In its wake, the Lava Creek eruption left a trail of devastation. The once vibrant flora and fauna of the region were plunged into chaos, their existence forever altered. Countless species died, forever lost to the history of time. The very fabric of life in Yellowstone and its surroundings were ripped apart, leaving an eerie silence in its wake. The effects of this enormous disaster, however, went beyond the immediate area. The atmosphere was filled with huge clouds of gas and ash as a major worldwide phenomenon was underway. Sulfur dioxide, a strong greenhouse gas, was emitted in enormous amounts into the atmosphere as a result of the eruption, and it covered the earth like a blanket of gloom, and it put a shadow over the sun. Needless to say, the results were disastrous. Sulfur dioxide overpopulation caused a period of global cooling that wrapped the world in a chilly embrace. Ecosystems collapsed, crops withered, and the delicate balance of nature was broken. The impact sent shockwaves throughout space and time, leaving a permanent imprint on the history of our world. Since that disastrous event, minor volcanic events have occurred in Yellowstone, including molten lava flows and the captivating dance of hydrothermal activity. But despite this, the terrifying reign of supereruptions has been dormant, with these enormous occurrences occurring only every few 100,000 years or so. Scientists have revealed a chilling tale, suggesting that the slumbering beast, the Yellowstone supervolcano, may awaken once again. The clues lie in the echoes of the past, revealing a history filled with volcanic might. This majestic region has witnessed the fury of multiple supereruptions, leaving behind a geological tapestry that tells the tales of cyclical volcanic activity. By studying the volcanic remnants and the very fabric of the land, scientists have pieced together a mosaic of evidence, painting a vivid picture of Yellowstone's fiery past. Beneath the surface, hidden from our gaze, a huge magma chamber lies in wait. This reservoir of molten rock, larger than previously imagined, serves as the pulsating heart of potential destruction. Although it has temporarily stopped exhaling fire, it still has the capacity to ignite volcanic activity. With watchful eyes, scientists employ a web of monitoring techniques to decipher the volcano's mysterious signals. The earth trembles beneath their feet as they measure ground deformations, analyze seismic rumbles, and track gas emissions. These signs of transformation serve as a vigilant watchtower, offering glimmers of the volcano's restless sleep. Yet the geothermal wonders of Yellowstone remind us that this beast is not wholly tame. Hot springs bubble and geysers dance, revealing the whispers of an active volcanic system. The heat radiating from the depths hints at an untamed force that will not be silenced. The shifting behavior of these geothermal features keeps the scientists on their toes, seeking clues within the steamy mists. Amidst the wild beauty, unseen forces collide. The region surrounding Yellowstone experiences the primal dance of tectonic plates as the Earth's crust shifts and rumbles. The delicate state of equilibrium of the magma chamber is affected by these intangible tensions, which have the potential to awaken the beast from its dormant existence. The outcome of Yellowstone's upcoming eruptions is entwined with this complex interplay of geological stress. However, as we go further into this narrative of uncertainty, we gotta keep in mind that the giant that lies underneath Yellowstone measures time on a different scale than we do. It could be thousands of years before the world is graced by another explosion. This enormous force's rhythm resists the haste of our daily lives, and it follows the patient pace of geological time. What catastrophic occurrences are in store when this massive supervolcano in Yellowstone, which is currently sleeping, awakens? Try your best to imagine a scene of unparalleled destruction, a scene of blistering chaos, where the very ground beneath our feet trembles in anticipation of the end. We're currently seeing a catastrophic event that not only poses a threat to the United States, but also the whole world. All of us. Welcome to the terrifying reality of a potential Yellowstone supervolcano eruption. Additionally, a furious eruption of extraordinary scale sends gases, rock, fragments, and volcanic ash soaring into the sky. The eruption column rises to such heights that it completely blocks out the sun, covering the region in a shadow of darkness. A barren environment with destroyed houses, infrastructure, and once thriving vegetation develops in its wake. But, the devastation doesn't end there. Beyond the eruption's immediate area, a dreadful ash fallout covers large areas, turning landscapes, villages, and cities into unsettling ghost towns. The ash's weight poses a serious risk, endangering the stability of important infrastructure and threatening the collapse of structures. Water sources becoming contaminated makes things much more horrifying by making them unfit for agriculture and human consumption. An unsettling threat hangs over the air as the volcanic ash rises upward. A massive ash cloud spreads out, reaching across the horizon and obstructing aviation movement. The sharp particles in the ash damage aircraft engines, causing flights to become disorganized and chaotic. The grounding of aircraft in the impacted areas has an unparalleled impact on the world's air transportation. But the chilling consequences extend beyond immediate destruction, beyond transportation nightmares. Brace yourself for an altered climate, as massive amounts of volcanic gases, particularly sulfur dioxide, blanket the atmosphere. The sun's rays are scattered, absorbed, creating a cooling effect that shrouds the Earth's surface. The world becomes a colder, darker place, with potential ramifications for agriculture and food production that may leave us hungry, may leave us vulnerable. And not just a couple of us, a lot of us. And sadly, the nightmare doesn't end there. The aftermath of this apocalyptic eruption paints a grim picture. Ash deposits pollute priceless aquatic ecosystems and drinking water supplies, causing water quality to drastically decline. Devastating crop failures occur in the agricultural sector as a result of diminished sunlight and the sad reality of ash-covered soil. Our delicate environment is dangerously close to widespread damage and the loss of countless plant and animal habitats. Prepare yourself for a scene straight out of a dystopian nightmare, a phenomenon known as a volcanic winter. The release of vast quantities of volcanic aerosols and gases trigger a prolonged period of chilling darkness. Weather patterns shift, growing seasons shrink, crops fail on a monumental scale. The food supply network breaks down, causing hunger and extreme poverty in the impacted areas. And let us not forget the global impact of this catastrophe. The tendrils of destruction reach far beyond the borders of the United States, as volcanic gases and aerosols circle the globe, infiltrating every single corner of our fragile planet. Climate patterns shift, air quality deteriorates, and ecosystems suffer worldwide. The collapse of trade, disruption, transportation, and destruction of agricultural systems have put the world into a state of collapse. It's essential to understand that the true magnitude of a Yellowstone eruption remains uncertain. The precise extent of its devastating effects depends on the scale, the duration, the environmental conditions of the eruption. Nevertheless, the urgency for constant monitoring, preparedness, and disaster response planning cannot be overstated. So, imagine when Yellowstone's dormant beast awakens and chaos ensues. A gigantic eruption shakes the very foundations of the Earth, casting a dark veil of volcanic ash across the sky. Daylight fades, replaced by an everlasting twilight that grips the world in fear. The once thriving cities crumble under the weight of ash, leaving behind a haunting silence, pierced only by the distant echoes of destructive pyroclastic flows. As the ash settles, the world as we know it grinds to a halt. Air travel becomes impossible, cutting off connections between nations. The global economy still on the verge of collapse, with commerce coming to a standstill. Food becomes scarce, crops wither under the onslaught of an unyielding volcanic winter. The flames of survival burn bright as humanity finds itself trapped in a dystopian struggle for existence. Will humanity survive the wrath of nature, or will it die on the raging fires that consume the land? What do you think? Let us know in the comment section down below.